off is neither one of us are an attorney.
Yep.
Everything is legitimately and speculatively.
Yeah. You got it. Hey, you got it.
Yeah. Everything is legitimately and speculatively. Neither one of us are lawyers, and this is not legal advice.
Yes, you got it. Lord Jesus. Morning, y'all. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, chat, I need everybody to continue to share the live. If you are not familiar with this TikTok sensation, please, everybody go and I need everybody to go and show her some love. Everybody go follow her page. Show her love. Make sure y'all gift the guests. Y'all know how we get down over here, team. Everybody gift the guests. If we can get everybody to gift the guests, that would be awesome. Don't worry about the host. Y'all ain't got to send me nothing. Everybody gift the guests. Please gift the guests. Y'all know how we get down over here. This TikTok sensation goes by the name of Miss Vicky May.
Yes, all right.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Hey y'all. It's Vicky May on my socials. Obviously, first name is Victoria. Yeah. You might have saw my videos the last few days. My tagline is, "I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving you legal advice yet." And I say yet because I'm currently studying for the LSAT in preparation for law school to one day, Lord willing, become a licensed attorney here in the state of Georgia. A lot has happened over the past few days. On my side, we do legal analytics, life analytics, breakdowns, and we just break down court documents. I'm learning the law, and as I'm learning the law on a deeper scale, study-wise, I take y'all along with me. That's how we work on my side. And it just kind of took off. And I got my start literally from unpacking the Cassie and Diddy lawsuit. That's how this all happened.
And this is getting ready to get a lot more interesting, y'all.
Yeah.
We gonna, of course, we're gonna build it up. I do have I did my homework. Let me say that I do have the recording and all that stuff. So we're gonna play that. I came across your content probably about 2 or 3 months ago. And I think it was during the Cassidy. I came across one of the Cassie posts, and then I came across the post that you did with for the amended lawsuit.
Oh yeah.
For the amended lawsuit. Oh, I lost train of thought just that quick. Oh, that's a horrible interviewer.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's okay.
So Vicky May. First of all, I need everybody to please go and follow her page. I actually featured your content a week or two ago, when the amended lawsuit came out, and I used your video as well as I'm not a lawyer, but
yep,
because I love her too. I love her too.
Yeah.
So between the both of you, I used both of your breakdowns of the lawsuit. Because there were some things you mentioned that she didn't, some things that she mentioned that you didn't, and then we also used Candace Owens. I don't know if you saw Candace Owens' breakdown of this.
Yeah.
He was spot on.
Yeah.
Candace Owens did not miss a beat with this Diddy case, at least the original lawsuit. So walk us through it. Let's start with the amended lawsuit, or do you want to start with the original? Let's start with the original, and then work our way up to what was amended.
Yeah.
In the amendment.
Yeah. So let's starting with the original. Obviously, if you don't know Lil Rodney, he's listed as one of the producers on Diddy's last album, Love Album. He filed a civil suit against Diddy, alleging heinous crimes, sexual crimes, and obviously it's a civil suit because only the state can file criminal charges. Civil is between people, state is US of A versus such and such. That first docket was 73 pages. And in that 73-page document or amended complaint, It was nasty. And so we did the breakdown on it. And I get a lot of people that ask, oh, where are you getting these documents? These documents are public record. You can get them from Pacer Monitor. They have them on other legal law websites, law review websites. They are public record. Anybody can go grab them. Like, I think I got it for only $5.
If I can interrupt you real quick. My co-host just in the building. Slick Rick the Ruler. We got Miss Vicky May. Miss Vicky May has been covering the Cassie lawsuit as well as the new lawsuit by Rodney filed against Diddy. And just to let you know what's going on, the private investigator that Diddy's team hired contacted Vicky May, and we're gonna get into what they said. We got the recording. It was intense. It was an intense phone call, and so we're gonna get to that phone call in a minute. We're gonna play the recording, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to bring him up.
No, you're fine. Yeah, the original complaint. It was nasty. You could get that complaint anywhere on the internet, but we broke it down. We went over what everything means, stuff we should be looking for in the document, educational purposes, how we do on my side. Nothing was added. Nothing was taken away. Then we get the amended complaint. That one was over 90 pages, and it was a lot more nastier, a lot more intricate, and a lot of people were confused. Oh, well, can Lil Rodney actually do that? Yes. And it's normal procedure. You can amend a complaint within 21 days of filing the original complaint. So that's normal standard procedure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you have more to say, you can add more. And if justice and the judge sees fit to amend the complaint, that's when they'll amend it. But I unpacked the amended complaint. I figured it was going to do my normal viewership. I did not know that thing was going to go viral. And when it went viral, maybe a day or two passed. And then March 29th is when I got an email from Russell like that afternoon. And he sent me his number. And I'm just like, the hell is this?
Your delivery is what part of what caused it to go viral. The way that you deliver the content, it makes it very easy to understand. So hats off to you.
Thank you. And that's part of the reason why, I make sure, because legal jargon and all this stuff, when you're reading it in a court document, it's kind of the equivalent when you go get an ultrasound done at the radiologist. To them, they see a whole picture. To us, we just see a black and gray screen. So we don't know what we're looking at. We have to have somebody to explain it. So I just break it down in simple terms where anybody can understand it, and we're able to all process it differently. So I did the amended complaint, and then I get the email from Russell, and he sends me his number. So I immediately I'm on the phone actually with one of my close friends and co-hosts on my podcast, Just Nene. I'm literally on FaceTime with her on another Apple device, and I sent her the screenshot. I said, "You're not gonna believe who just emailed me." And we both look, and she said, "Are you gonna call him?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna see what he wants, because I'm an empathetic person. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see what you want." Because come to find out, after we got off the phone call, he contacted me via TikTok as well. I didn't find that out until after we got off the phone. Call him from a burner number, because obviously I didn't want him to have my personal number.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so called him. Conversation we cut the conversation 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and it was enough for me to just get off the phone, because Nene, she actually had the actual video. She's the one who actually recorded it, and thank God she was on the other line, because we wouldn't have had this recording without her. The minute we were on the phone, she said, "Put me on mute. We finna record this," and that was the video recording y'all saw.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
we gonna get to that. Good morning, baby girl. My daughter just walked in.
Okay.
Good morning. Okay, we're gonna get to that recording. Yeah. We're not gonna play the recording yet. We're gonna make them stew for a minute before we let them hear what the recording saying. Don't go look it up either, y'all nosy. y'all so damn nosy. Don't be going to look up nothing. We gonna play the recording. We're gonna play the recording. But once again, just to bring y'all up to speed, Diddy's the private investigator on Diddy's team reached out to her. Mm-hmm. And it was an extremely intense phone call. I'm wondering if he would have had that same kind of conversation with a man.
No. And that's a valid point, and a lot of people ask that question, because the conversation only lasted like 5 minutes and 16 seconds in total, because I still got the phone log. When I hung up the phone, we were both in shock. We couldn't believe this actually happened, because I'm just like, number one, the phone call in and of itself, which, you know, we'll play, it was a couple things we shouldn't have been privy to. Number one, obviously.
Don't tell them.
Okay. So we'll wait for that. But yeah, we were just in shock that it actually happened. And we stood there for a minute. So my next immediate phone call was to my mama. I called her, my mama from North Philly, born and raised. She was ready. She said, give me his number. And the next time you get any other call, and then she had her few choice words. I told her, no, stand down, let me sit. And which brings us to the next piece. I said, no, I need to get this over to Lil Rodney's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn.
Real quick, who is this trying to come up in the box?
Uh-oh.
If you don't get your ass back down in general admission.
No, Kel. They probably just want to join the conversation.
No. They know we don't get down like that over here.
Oh, Lord. But, yeah, so I called my mama, and then I called my father. My father's from St. Louis. So I called him, and his exact words to her once I shared what happened is, did he think he got problems now? Let another MFer from his camp call you again. And that was the end of it. So
okay, so let me slow down. So what do you think it was about your commentary that made them reach out to you? What because there had to have been something.
Yeah, I think and this is the part where I can understand Russell's the PI's position. Essentially, he does not like how he's being painted in the amended complaint, which, as I shared in the video, I have no control over what an attorney writes.
What did they say? What did the amended complaint state that his role is?
The amended complaint said that he was allegedly responsible for contacting Little Rodney's 8-year-old daughter and harassing her, essentially, via text message. And the part he had an issue with, and you'll play in the phone call, was he says that the text messages that are in the amended complaint are only part of it, which, number one, you just let us know that these text messages are real. We should know that. So he said it's only what you're reading, it's only a part of it. And which is fine, you know.
So he's not an attorney.
No, he's not an attorney. No, and that's the part where it brings us to when we'll play the call. We'll unpack everything in terms of all the pieces of information he made us privy to we shouldn't be privy to, as well as what happens now in terms of his legal representation, because I'm pretty sure his attorney's probably shitting bricks right now that he called me and the video is going viral. Because if I was his attorney, I would be on his ass. Why did you call her, and why does she have a record of it? So here we are, which brings us to the next piece. Immediately, the proper thing to do, at least in a legal sense, is to contact Tyrone Blackburn, Lil Rod's attorney, because this video was never supposed to see the light of day. Nobody was ever supposed to have access to it but him, but Tyrone. Funny thing is, I called Tyrone's office 5 times. He never called me back. So it's just like, called, left voicemail, left messages with his staff, paralegals. He never called me back. And it's just like, my philosophy is, it doesn't matter how good of an attorney you are. None of that matters if can't nobody get in touch with you. So at this point, we waited a whole week for Tyrone to get back. He never responded. So it's just like, at this point, we put this out not only for my safety, but for the safety of other reporters. In the event, if you're reporting on Diddy or anything concerning that whole thing, you're mindful that you're probably being watched, and just to be on the safe side. So that's all this was.
Did law enforcement get involved?
No, I contacted proper authorities, and then they have record and notice of it. But in terms of what they're going to do to him, nah. Because I mean, this is the part where I understand Russell's position. He doesn't like how he's being painted in the media, which is fair. You know, he has a right to feel how he feels, but you shouldn't be contacting a random TikToker on the internet. That should be a conversation with your legal representation. And as mentioned in the phone call, he said he's taking that up with Tyrone Blackburn and how the amended complaint is written, which he should, but he should have never contacted me.
So he actually sent you an email as well, right?
Yep, he sent me an email. Yep.
So in that email, is it on letterhead? Is it just a regular, an email?
It's just a regular email with his phone number. And the wild thing is, a couple people asked, well, how do you know it's him? I guess this is where it comes in, like older generation, they're not that technologically savvy. Mm-hmm. I Googled his phone number. His company pops right up. Based in LA. So I'm just like,
that's going to be important. That email is going to be important.
Yeah. And so I can't honestly, I have a copy of it's in my email, and then my friends and family, they have copies of it as well. Because God forbid, just to be on the safe side, something happens with my phone or something, God forbid, happens to me, they still have access to it. So yeah, it just didn't make sense. I understood his position, and as you saw from the video, the conversation was respectful and it was mature up until the point I felt like he was attempting to be intimidating. But I think what he failed to realize, he thought he hit a soft target. I'm not one of them. So
yeah, I'm with your sister. I wish that conversation had went this a little.
Yeah, she wanted it to, but I was just like, at this point, the minute I felt like he was attempting to be intimidated, I was like, all right, sir, you enjoy your nice day. Like, we not even gonna get at even any, give him any more energy. But yeah, I understood his position. I understood why he was upset and felt away. But the big question everybody has been asking, is he having this same conversation with other news report outlets? Because I'm not a journalist. We just break down the legal documents for educational purposes. Is he calling other TikTokers? Is he calling CNN? Is he calling Nancy Grace? Is he calling Tyrone? Probably not.
Because if he's not, then it's almost an indication that he was trying to use it as a form of intimidation, because he sees you as an easier target. Mm-hmm. He can't call CNN or Fox or ABC, NBC, CBS, and all the rest of them with that same lingo, because they're going to tell him to pound sand.
Yeah.
So he figured it, and to be honest, you might have more of an impact, because your delivery is contagious. It automatically, when I saw your videos and I first started watching you, the way you deliver the content automatically makes you want to watch it till the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think it's more so that even though they're larger, you have a larger impact and a more consistent impact, because they might cover the story once. Your ass covering it every goddamn day.
Yeah, like any new updates, we'll cover it and just break down the legal stuff of it. But yeah, and I didn't realize how much, and I thank God, because I live by the premise, you ever want to make God laugh, you tell him your plans. This was all divinely orchestrated by God. I couldn't have planned this journey, at least in the legal space, even if I tried to. This was nothing I could have even thought up to even think about what my life would like. Have
you been contacted by any of the blogs about your recording?
Honestly, no, because the recording, it went live last night, and then it's on YouTube. A couple people on YouTube have picked it up, but no, I ain't been contacted.
And I guarantee you, after this interview, somebody finna pick it up. After this interview, somebody's gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it was wild, but I'm just like, we just wanted to put it out there, because Nene, my friend I was on live with, she recorded the phone call, she wanted to drop it immediately right then, but I'm just like, no, because I'm thinking from a potential attorney standpoint, save it, because Tyrone could actually use this in court, and this could actually be in his court filing. Save it, don't mention it, because this was never supposed to see the light of day. But obviously, we tried, and nobody contacted us. So
he's still currently working as the private investigator for Puffy's team, though.
That I'm not sure, and I think after this video, I highly doubt it, because this implicates his conversation with me implicates not only him but as well as possibly Diddy. So he should have never contacted me. So I'm not even sure if he's listening at the time. I think he is still a licensed PI, but I'm not sure if he's Diddy's. I'm not sure going forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if he keeps him on staff, though. That'd be interesting. So.
Somebody in the comments somebody say Diddy fired him that day.
Yeah, I guess because that made no. Yeah, it was like he shouldn't have contacted me, and I'm pretty sure no lawyer in their right mind or attorney would have said that was an okay move, if anything. And then a lot of people said the same thing too, which I could see their point is if it was untrue and it wasn't true, let the court prove it in court. Everything's gonna come out in the wash every time.
What part about the amended lawsuit stood up to you the most? Because the amended lawsuit, it didn't amend a lot.
Well, the thing that shocked me was the more information, because the way Tyrone wrote the amended complaint, he mixed old stuff in with the new stuff. Because as mentioned, the original complaint was only 73 pages. This new one was over 93 to be exact. The more stuff, it was the intricate details in regards to where Jake Paul, who's the alleged mule for Diddy, found out he went to Syracuse. He played ball for Syracuse. Syracuse ain't no easy school to get into, as well as the men's program. That's an elite school, which brings and poses the question for people to start asking, how'd you meet Diddy? How'd you get wrapped up in their world? So a lot more doors open to knock on. And I think the thing that shocked me outside of that, and then obviously the allegations with Young Miami and other people that were simply connected, Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mom, all of those were just, I think those are more salacious than anything. But it was really how everything in the enterprise connected together, because this goes back to the recording. To the general public, this is still a civil case in most people's mind. Russell kindly let us know on top of the documents that this has now been potentially updated to a RICO.
And you took the words out of my mouth. Just to bring everybody up to speed, we have It's Vicky May. It's Vicky May. I need everybody to go and follow her page, y'all. Please keep sharing the live. Please keep sharing the live. I see the numbers climbing. Y'all ain't tapping that screen though. It's Vicky May has the most awesome content when it comes to breaking down this Puffy case. And It's Vicky May, her content is so spectacular to the point, and so on point to the point that she was contacted by the private investigator that is listed in the amended complaint. That is listed in the amended complaint. He contacted her. We're going to play the recording. We're just not going to play it yet. We're just not playing it yet. We haven't played it yet. Yeah, but the private investigator on the Diddy case reached out to her to encourage her to watch her content.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna always good to see y'all. So we're gonna play the recording in a minute. Once again, as far as the amended complaint, is there anything that stood out to you as far as were there any new details in the amended complaint versus the original filing?
Yeah, the new details, obviously those text messages were a little astounding, because it was shocking to see, because in the amended complaint it lists that the private investigator allegedly contacted the 8-year-old girl until she cried, talked a little rides. So
this private investigator is the same one that contacted his daughter. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And that's where that was shocking. And then also too, the Enterprise, what was also shocking, the Enterprise, and I commend Tyrone's firm, they broke this down seamlessly. They have the breakdown of the alleged ex-workers who were at Diddy's location in Star Island. They have that. They have the phone numbers, the last 2 digits of all the workers' phone numbers, the timestamps of when they entered Star Island, the timestamps of when they left Star Island. I'm just like, how the heck? But which brings
that's not like a Jeffrey Epstein log.
That it goes deep. It goes deep, and this is the part where I want to make clear, and I make this clear on my side. Which, hey, family, love y'all. For everybody who's in here from my page, I love y'all. But we always, and they'll tell you, we always make it clear on my side. All of the complaint is simply that person's version of events. It doesn't make it fact. It doesn't make it fiction. It's just that per person's version of events. So in this case, it's just Lil Rodney's version of events. Only person who's going to prove whether it's fact or fiction is the judge when we get in court in the jury. That is all. That's why we were all shocked that he called me, because it's like, you don't have anything to prove to me. You got to prove that to 12 jurors, then a judge. It was shocking.
And when he because again, we haven't played the recording yet, y'all. So y'all still early in the game.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was very shocking to hear some of the things that he actually said in the recording, because he confirmed a criminal investigation. Why would you do that?
I think, and this is where it goes back to, you know, the older generation. Some of them are not technological. I genuinely think, and people say, Vicky, you too much of an optimist. You think the best of people, and sometimes that bites you in the butt. True, I own that. I genuinely think he didn't think this would be as big as it was. Or maybe he thought in his mind he was really trying to help. Like, no, sir, I don't think, like, no, you were attempting to intimidate me. Thank y'all. And maybe he thought in today's digital age, this wouldn't see the light of day. Because remember, we kept it for a week. We sat on that video for almost a full week. Never said anything about it because we were waiting on the Tyrone and them side. But maybe he genuinely thought, like, yeah, I'm gonna just scare her a little bit, not realizing my mom ain't, you know, like, I ain't no punk. So we put it out for safety precaution as well as just to let everybody know, hey, be mindful if you're reporting on this. And according to other people, some people are saying he's contacted other TikTokers. I'm not aware of any others, but definitely understand, because when you play the recording, also to the behavior, it gives the indication that, sir, you just, the behavior you just exhibited let us know that, okay, if you contacted me, someone you don't know, I can only imagine who else you contacted. So
does he when he contacted you, did he know that you were pre-law?
No. Well, I think here's the thing. I think no initially, but then again, I also think maybe yes, because there's a part of the conversation where he says, I see what you're doing. You seem like a smart girl, and yeah, I see what you're doing. So I think maybe whoever sent him the video, maybe he did his research, because mind you, he has a TikTok page. I blocked him from my page since, but maybe he did a little research before he contacted me. That could very well be the thing, but I don't think he realizes that I am pre-law, and maybe he thought it was just
because I no shade, especially with pre-law students, they're very zealous about what they're trying to do. So this is an opportunity for you to put into practice some of the skills that are necessary for you to even going forward. So this this would be intriguing to somebody in your position. I don't understand why he would reach out knowing that you were pre-law. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, which is that valid question, because I would assume no, but I guess when he, I guess before he called, maybe he did his research, but I don't know. But he was like, you seem like a smart girl. I see what you're doing, but I think, your narrative will change as you learn and research more. I'm just like.
Real quick. Chrissy, y'all want the recording? I already heard it. It's juicy. You can go back in your FYP. Don't you see we having a conversation? I said we're going to play the recording ourselves. We don't need you to come in here playing nothing. You can go play it in your FYP or on your own live for your own people watching your own shit. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Kev. It's okay. Yeah. So it was wild. Like, once again, the conversation only lasted like 5 minutes and 16 seconds. It wasn't super long, but it was enough to be like, okay, maybe this reached somebody, and maybe how we unpack it. Because mind you, we unpack stuff. We read what's on the court document. We don't add nothing to it. We don't take anything away. Maybe I hit a door they didn't want me knocking on. So not sure which door.
Yeah, that's why I asked you the other question. I'm real curious to know what about your content made him reach out, other than how it made him look, because that's bullshit. I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
I'm not buying the whole it made me look bad, type of shit. Was he put up to calling you?
Ooh, good question.
Puffy's been real sloppy throughout this entire thing, so I don't see why it would compel him to want to take the high road. If he tell Puffy that I know this TikToker, blah 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 blah, whatever. I can actually see that that kind of conversation taking place. Mm-hmm. Allegedly and speculatively.
See, you got it.
Y'all think too much of yourselves. That's why we're going to send you back in your FYP so you can find somebody you think highly of. Bye. Okay, so this is this TikToker here. Her name is, let me pull it up. She's a supporter of yours. Soul Story.
I'm hoping TikTok push.
Soul Story. This is how I found out about the recording yesterday. I mean, because it started making its rounds ASAP. Yeah. So this is how I found out about the recording.
This out because it's important, and y'all be suppressing the shit out of my videos. One of my favorite content creators, it's Vicky May, received a phone call from Diddy's alleged private investigator, warning her about the information that she was talking about when she was reading the allegations of the lawsuit against him. Now, I saw her videos and I was in her lives. She read word for word what was on the lawsuit. Everything was alleged. She stated that from the beginning. She made no just like blanket statements, and everything that she read came straight from the lawsuit. You can go to her page. I'm going to tag her in this video so you can go to her page. She has a recording of the phone call that she had with his alleged investigator. And we can't let this happen. Like, he's not going to be able to call people and tell them that they're spreading false information when she's literally just reading what's on the lawsuit that is public domain, that everyone has access to. And I've heard that there are several other TikTokers that have received phone calls from him as well. Like, this should not be happening. So y'all go to her page and watch the video and listen to the recording.
Okay, so that's how I found out about the recording last night. So we about to play the recording. All right, for those that just coming in, please come in and share the live. Please keep sharing the live, y'all. Please keep sharing the live. When we get to 100,000 on the taps, we're gonna play the recording. So we need to go up 6,000, 6,000 taps, 6,300, 6,400. We need to go up 6,400 on the taps, y'all. Tap it up, tap it up, tap it up, and we go.
Thank you. Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. I think we still kind of in shock that even happened. It's been a week and some change, but we just like, yo, that is wild. But it lets us know how powerful the internet is. Like, you know, like you mentioned, it's just it got more impact than we anticipated.
Have they served you with a cease and desist or anything?
Nope. Nope. I mean, there's nothing to really cease and desist. And I did mention on the phone call he would no longer be mentioned on my page, which outside of yesterday he hasn't. We were just telling what happened. But
I mentioned in his ass. What did they do?
No, because I think for me, I understand, like was once again, I understand his position. He doesn't like how he's being painted, but you don't take that up with social media. You take that up with the proper authorities, and then you go from there. But you can't tell us we can't talk about what's, you know, like, but no, have not been served with any paperwork. Thank goodness. Have not, you know, thankfully. But, you know, we had the conversation, and that's the end of it. So, you know.
Okay, so.
Hey, people.
So here's the recording.
Before.
Your sister, who is your Ace Boom Coon. Is she in here? Is she in the chat?
No, I was just on the phone with her before I called you. And then also too, somebody asked, how did he get your number? Remember, he emailed me. He didn't get my personal phone number. He asked me to call him. I called him from a burner number. That's how we got in contact. He emailed me on here because my email is in my bio on my TikTok page. So anybody has access to it.
Okay, so this is the recorded phone call what's his name again?
Russell Green.
Russell. P. Diddy's private investigator. That's what we're going to refer to him as. P. Diddy's private investigator reached out to It's Vicky May to try to encourage her to stop doing her TikTok breakdown of the lawsuits, the Diddy lawsuits.
Russell Green, the private investigator mentioned in Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, reached out to Vicky May. Yes, the same private investigator who allegedly harassed an 8-year-old for information about her dad. She only reads what she sees and she doesn't add to it. So the video I'm about to play for you is the conversation between Vicky and Mr. Russell Green, the private investigator that Diddy allegedly hired to
All right, here we go. Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
Pursue information about Rodney Jones.
Hi, Russell. This is Victoria. I got your email.
Hey, Victoria, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. I got sent your TikTok. You covering the Diddy case in Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
Is you okay to speak with me about that?
Yeah, yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Obviously, we're not in court right now. We're going to be in court at some point. But the information that you're covering, in addition to involving me, is 100% inaccurate.
Sorry.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I didn't hear you saying anything.
Okay, so is there a reason that you're calling me? Because as mentioned in the video, all of this is alleged, and I made that clear in the video. Nothing is as listening to anybody who follows me, they know this is just his version of events. Nothing in this docket is fact nor fiction until obviously it's proven in court. But only thing I did was read what was in the docket. So I didn't insinuate that it was true. I just read what was listed.
Yeah, I just want to caution you as a journalist, as what you're doing or the entertainment that you're doing. You're actually causing a little bit more harm than good.
Okay, stop right there. What harm could you be called? What?
I don't know how I could be causing harm reading from a public domain court document. I don't know. It's just like, I'm literally reading what's on the paper. I didn't add nothing. I didn't take nothing away. I'm not sure. And maybe
he should have had somebody with a deeper voice call you or something. Isaac,
Lord Jesus. I I'm not sure what he meant by that, and quite frankly, I wasn't interested in digging deeper because I knew from then on that conversation wasn't gonna last long. So, yeah, he said.
And then he referred to you as a journalist.
Yeah, I'm not a journalist, and I have friends that are actual journalists, and they was looking at me like, Vicky, why is he contacting you and not CNN? And
do you consider yourself being in the media or being a part of the media?
No, I don't, because I think with media and journalists, that's a high prestige honor that should be accredited to somebody who actually went to journalism school and actually studied for it.
I'm a journalist.
You of course, but this is your line. This is your line of work, and I respect your line of work. So I would never take credit as being a journalist, because I report legal stuff, just breaking down legal documents. I don't qualify myself as a journalist only because the stuff that y'all do, y'all keep up with, it's a lot of work to be a journalist.
It's a lot of work doing this.
Yeah, I never take, that's a prestige that should only be granted to y'all. Like, just like when I become an attorney, I don't expect, like we earn that. I earned my Juris Doctorate. I earned that. Like,
and you can go to jail for saying you an attorney when you ain't.
Yeah, you ain't. Let's just like, nah, I don't think I'm a media personality. Like, nah, we do education. We have positive energy, just positive vibes on this side. And we learning and growing together on my side. So do I think that I'm media? Nah.
Okay. All right. So this is the recording of the private investigator for P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Puffy Combs that contacted It's Vicky May.
Yeah, I got sent your TikTok. You covering the Diddy case and mentioned it. Is you okay to speak with me about this?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Obviously, we're not in court right now. We're going to be in court at some point. But the information that you're covering, in addition to involving me, is 100% inaccurate.
Sorry for
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I didn't hear you saying anything.
Okay, so is there a reason that you're calling me? Because as mentioned in the video, all of this is alleged, and I made that clear in the video. Nothing is as listening to anybody who follows me, they know this is just his version of events. Nothing in this docket is fact nor fiction until obviously it's proven in court. But only thing I did was read what was in the docket, so I didn't insinuate that it was true. I just read what was listed.
Yeah, I just want to caution you as a journalist, as what you're doing or the entertainment that you're doing. You're actually causing a little bit more harm than good. And what I want to share with you, I understand you keep using the word allegedly. The problem is that the way that you're covering it sends a different message. And I just want to caution you that this is a very real investigation. This is not entertainment. The text messages that you're covering, the text message, the way that you're presenting it, matter of fact, even what you said was inaccurate. The text message that you're referring to in your story, if you go back and listen to it, doesn't even go with the story that you're giving. It's a different text message.
Sir, I'm not giving anything, sir. I'm reading what's literally on the screenshot on the paper. If there's an issue with how it's written, that would be a question you would have with Tyrone Blackburn. He's the one who wrote it. So I'm just literally, and once again, I'm not a journalist. All I'm doing is literally reading what's on the paper and literally reading it to the audience. All of this is public information. I understand why you're calling and you're saying it's inaccurate, which I appreciate. So now I know going forward, you will not ever be mentioned. You're only mentioning that small piece, so I get that part. But I'm not insinuating. Go ahead.
Just listen to me very carefully, okay? Go back and listen to what you put out there, and then look at the text message that you're referring to. And I will remind you of this. You're looking at a screenshot of something that is incomplete. A lot is incomplete.
Okay, so that and I get you. And once again, that would be, this conversation would be with Tyrone Blackburn. I didn't write the docket. I only recorded it. I didn't write that.
Well, I understand, but I would hope. And trust me, it's being dealt with Blackburn and judges and attorneys and all that. But again, if you want to have any credibility, not just run an entertainment site. If you want to have any credibility in what you're doing and what you're saying, instead of just saying alleged, you're really going to be mindful and be careful of what you're putting out there and do a little bit more research. If you do a little bit more research, I think it's going to change your opinion, and it's also going to change how you promote what you're doing. You don't have to do what I'm telling you. I'm letting you know it's 100% fabricated, and all you're doing is recirculating something that's 100% fabricated. and I can't go into any more details about it.
Right, because it's an active investigation. Right, yeah.
But I'm just letting you know, I'm giving you a heads up. I'm trying to help you. I don't have to make this call, but I'm trying to help you. Be very careful with the way that you're promoting this. And just go back and do some of your research. Do some research. You're smart. I see what you're doing. I understand what you're doing. I totally get it. But just because you say alleged, there's still some responsibility that comes with what you're doing. This is not a game, not entertainment. No one's entertainment on your part. This is not entertainment. This is a real criminal investigation. And so if you just take a little bit of time, do some research on the people that you're covering and the validity of what's being said and what you're putting out there, I think you're going to have a much, much better story than what you're putting out there right now.
Yeah, I hear you. And I appreciate the call. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Now, Vicky is a good human being because I would have let this man keep talking so he would have talked himself into some shit. But
yeah, I agree with sis on that one. I would have made him hang up on me. I ain't lying. He'd have had to hung up on me because I would have just kept talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like to me, and then I'm gonna run this back, and we're gonna go frame by frame on it. Mm-hmm. It sounds like a CYA to me.
Yeah.
It sounds like a CYA to me. It sounds like his phone call had absolutely nothing to do with the lawsuit, but rather him specifically, the impact that it's having on him, his reputation, his business, his family, or whatever. I get more of a personal aspect from this than him doing work for Diddy. Mm-hmm. Did you get that same sense or?
Yeah, I got that same sense. Because once again, I feel like he doesn't personally like how he's being painted in the amended complaint, which is fair.
You did say that. You did.
Yeah,
say that.
yeah, which is fair, and I understand. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't too upset, and a lot of people were like, "Well, Vicky, you should have cussed him out." No, I'm not gonna panic because if I panic, he's gonna panic. Just let him talk. So I let him talk, and I understand his position because anybody would feel away if you see alleged lies being painted about you that's not true. Your first reaction is, "Hey, that's not true." So he's not wrong in feeling how he feels. He was wrong in the method he went about it. So
and I was disturbed by the way he emphasized certain words.
Yeah.
The way in his conversation, there were certain words that he kind of drug out. He kind of emphasized, made it a point that you heard him say it in the way, in the inflection in his voice. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it was an intimidation factor. He definitely was trying to intimidate, and this had absolutely nothing to do with what's going on with Puffy.
This is alleged, and I made that clear in the video. Nothing is at all as listening to anybody who follows me.
And real quick chat. And once again, Vicky, I want to thank you for taking the time this morning to come over here and sit with me. Everybody in the chat, if we could please show the guests some love, please. Y'all ain't got to send me nothing. Yeah, I know y'all love to show me love. Send everything to Miss Vicky. Send everything to Miss Vicky. You can subscribe to the page if you want to. But any gifts, please drop gifts. Please gift our guests. Please gift our guests. Y'all know how we get down over here. Please gift our guests. She's in law school. She's trying to get in law school. She's taking her LSAT. Let's go, chat. Show us some love. Show us some love, chat. Show us some love, chat. She's trying to get in law school. Black woman doing her thing. Young black woman beautiful young black woman doing her thing. Show us some love, chat. Show us some love.
Good. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I love y'all so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I want to break this down frame by frame real quick before we let you out of here.
Mm-hmm. We're not in court right now. We're going to be in court at some point. But the information that you're covering, in addition to involving me, is 100% inaccurate.
Because he did. Okay, right there, he did say the information you're putting out involving me. Mm-hmm. So he did specify. Mm-hmm. That he was talking about, or that this has, because that's going to be his argument. His argument is going to be that I didn't call her, I didn't reach out to her about y'all. I reached out to her about me.
Yeah, which is fair. And once again, the part that he keeps missing, I didn't put out any information about you. I read what was on a court document. It's public domain. Anybody could read it. So that's the part. It's just like, sir, nobody's putting anything out. We're just reading what's here. the source of who put it out, Tyrone Blackburn, you call that attorney's office. So yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. But yeah, it's fair. He has a right to be upset, but just not at me.
But see, in his defense of himself, he implicated Diddy.
Yep.
And even in his defense of himself, he confirmed things that had not been confirmed yet. Because to my knowledge, I don't even know if it has it been confirmed that there was a criminal investigation against
No,
it.
we weren't supposed to know that. Yeah, and then obviously now it has been. It's been updated. If you go to the court docket on Pacer Monitor, it's been updated as a RICO charge, which lets us know, number one, they found something when they did the raids.
When was it? Okay, so when was it updated to a RICO?
I think this happened March 29th, I think 2 days after. I'll check again this morning. I'll check again and double check to see if it's still listed. But
so if it's been updated to a RICO, there's an arrest imminent.
We weren't, like I said, we weren't supposed to know that. That's number one. Number two, he confirmed that those text messages are real. Nobody should know that. And that's where the confusion came in on all of our parts, because he wants us to do further research. Only 4 people have access to those text messages that are in the amended court document. That's Russell, Little Rodney, and both of their attorneys. 4 people that should have access to it. There is no way possible we have access to any of those text message conversations. That's strike number 2. Then number 3, you have now confirmed, number 1, that you are real. Because mind you, it's one thing if people talking trash about you and nobody knows who you are. You can just let it roll off your back and the public has no idea who you are. We have you in 4K. We know your voice. And you just gave me your full number.
And name. And then confirmed your name?
Yeah, confirmed your name and number. And now I have evidence that you contacted me. So there's a possibility, and someone mentioned, and I kind of explained last night, I could get subpoenaed. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I could get subpoenaed, which I highly doubt, but then again, because it's public information now. But only thing I'll tell them is everything I'm telling y'all. That's all we have. I don't know anything outside of the other implications, but it's to the point. It's like, sir, you implicated not only yourself, but as well as other people involved. Your attorney, nobody, Diddy side, Lil Rodney side, whoever, nobody should be talking without the presence of their attorney. To public, media, anybody. Everybody just need to be quiet until a court date is set. So,
because when something like this, it's hard to control the information if people are running their mouth.
Yep.
Whether it's true or false or anything else, it's hard to control the information because you might slip up and say something like he just did that you shouldn't say, that might confirm something that you shouldn't be confirming. So that's why it's best just talk to my attorney. To my attorney. And I actually, at the beginning, if you're not paying attention, it almost sounds like he's trying to come off as an attorney.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to give the impression that he's had some type of legal knowledge about what it is that you're doing.
It was interesting, and as mentioned, I understand his position. He's not wrong in feeling like, dang, they telling lies about me. This ain't even true. If that's the case. Any human would have that reaction. He's not wrong in how he feels. He's just wrong in the way he went about it. So,
yeah. And for those that's in the comment, keep asking who he is, saying that y'all just got in. So y'all need to turn your notifications on, whether you came from my side or you came from it's Vicky's side. Y'all should be having your notifications on for her. You should have your notifications on for me. She was contacted by the private investigator listed in the amended Diddy lawsuit. The private investigator listed in that lawsuit reached out to Vicky to try to encourage, I say intimidate, allegedly Inspector TV, and tried to encourage her to keep to watch how she covers this story. Mm-hmm. Why in the world would somebody affiliated, associated, tied in with the Puffy case be reaching out to a TikToker?
It made no sense.
You got the whole team shook.
Yeah, like not sure, and it's millions of people covering this story. Like I don't know, whoever sent him my video, I guess it struck a nerve, and I guess that's why he felt compelled to call. But it's millions of people covering this, even really reputable news source outlets. bigger conglomerates covering this piece. Why he didn't feel the need to contact them? I guess obviously because they're bigger. Maybe he thought he hit a soft target. Hate to say, it didn't work. Like, we're gonna keep, you know, keep the train rolling and keep it moving. But we were just in shock that it happened. It's just like, sir.
So if they well, I'm gonna say if they subpoena you, you going duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to answer the subpoena. I do think that, you know, I didn't think of it until you mentioned it, but I absolutely think that it's possible that you could be subpoenaed in this as well, because if the lawsuit has been amended to include him, and the original lawsuit, or the lawsuit actually indicates that he had some involvement in orchestrating some of this, that would be important in proving or even just trying to show that there's an intimidation factor coming out of that camp, whether it be through the PI, whether it be through the attorneys, whether it be through bodyguards, whether it be through Puffy, whether it be through whatever. It kind of gives standing to the argument that there is some intimidation coming out of that camp.
Yeah, and then proper authorities had been notified, and then once again I tried to hand it over to Tyrone in his office. Nobody called me back, so it's just like, we just put it out for a safety precaution. That way, let the chips, let it be what it is, and then we'll just keep moving on from the situation. But it was
Tyrone would not have called you, because Tyrone represents Rodney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not gonna call you. I think that if necessary, he'll have you subpoenaed. But he can't, if he's considering having you subpoenaed, he can't call. He can't just up and call you, can he?
Well, yes and no. Normally, because essentially, the plan was to hand him.
Keep talking. I can hear you.
Yeah, the plan was for him to have just access to the video recorder, and for the video to never see the light of day. I was gonna let them deal with it, answer any questions or any depositions that he had me, and then just leave it at that. But yeah, so it might be a deposition. Obviously it's like a conversation with an attorney. They sit you in front of a camera and you just talk, tell them what you know, and then you go on about your day. But yeah, I didn't, I guess our thought was, and normally, depending on the type of attorney, they typically reach back out to you. But yeah, maybe because mind you, his phone number has been made public because people have been posting the actual court documents. So people from all walks of life are probably calling his office, and he probably busy, got a number of things, which I completely understand. So it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, so him reaching out to you would really just to be hearing your side rather than ask you questions, because he can't ask you questions outside of that deposition, can he?
No, they would have to formally submit me for a deposition, and then obviously we'll have a conversation. It'll be the deposition. All it is just a conversation on camera. I'll go to his. It'll be virtual, and then
and under oath.
Yeah. So that's typically because a deposition is simply just as a formality before we get into court, if there is a court trial or anything of that nature. But I mean, I just wanted to do the right thing, do my due diligence, and hand this over to him, because this is his realm. He's actually practicing license. He'll know what to do with it. But hey, we here now. So.
Well, Vicky, I thank you. I want to thank you for taking some time to come over here this morning and sit down and tell us your story. I was extremely intrigued, and I thank you for taking the time to come over here and sit down with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Love y'all. Definitely, y'all be safe, and hey, welcome to. And we'll talk again. And
everybody go follow her. Everybody, real quick, before don't let her go without following her. Everybody go send her a follow. Awesome content. I'm telling y'all, you will love every minute of it. I'm telling you. I found myself the other night just scrolling through your videos. Just scrolling. I ain't lying. I just found myself scrolling. So everybody go send her a follow. And again, we want to thank you for coming over here to Katie Comic in the Morning and giving us a first-hand scoop, because it just hit the presses.
Man, yeah. But yeah, thank y'all for having me. Love y'all. Y'all be safe. I'll keep you posted. Love y'all.
Enjoy your day, beautiful.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.